And we're just going to wait for Glowwater Thralls to finally ready on up. I'm sure they're taking a look at... Yep, they had to take a look at what the Gents were bringing. Make any adjustments
same as last week. Right, now the only issue I see here is that this looks like pretty much the same build we saw fail to defeat the Mad Hatters in the last match we just watched. I mean, that Artemis heavy build. Well, anyway.
True, but I think the Thralls well, let's just give a rundown.
Yes, let's just give a rundown of the builds, then we can quibble. Lusty Argonian Maid with a front Artemis, left side double Artemis, right side Rocket Carousel Hades. On the Shacks on Legis, we have a Artemis front, we have left side double Artemis, and a right side Mortar Carronade.
And on the Thrall side, we've got the Crown Tyrant with that Gap Mortar front, double Artemis side, and on the Flying Jellyfish, we've got a Blender Fish.
Oh my god, Crown Tyrant, what the hell are you doing? Oh, Crown Tyrant's going way far ahead.
Getting right into the arc of basically 6 Artemis at once, and the Flying Jellyfish is way far back, but it's finally getting on in here now that Blenderfish can do wonders against Junkers. That's if he can keep his front gun up, which he's managing to do so far.
There we
finally,
have it.
That
oh,
heavy
the Crown
gets
Tyrant
destroyed.
just rammed the Flying Jellyfish. That was a little awkward.
And now you got a lot of fire
Hulls
going
down
on
the Crown Tyrant. Crown Tyrant taking a lot of damage. However, they've managed to blend down the Lusty Argonian Maid. Now they've got the Shacks and Legis 2-on-1. Oh, this is exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, but that heavy carronade just keeps on getting destroyed, so Flying Jellyfish is continually
Oh, yeah, Shacks on Legis just kind of holding out with just those 3 Artemis, just kind of disabling them, managing to save its own skin while the Lusty Argonian Maid recovers.
Yeah, there we go, and finally getting the balloon down on the Shacks as well, and it's going to drop down quickly. Now, Lusty Argonian Maid getting back up here. Ooh, a little bit of tar coming down. Of course, tar on this map isn't as valuable, as that wind will blow it away fairly quickly, but Crown Tyrant kind of sat in it for a little while. Lusty Argonian Maid, however, using those... ooh, and Flying Jellyfish is taking some bounces off the rib over here.
He's bouncing between the edge of the map and the... Oh, a terrible time for this.
And they are just stuck
it looks
right there
like
now.
He's caught on it. Oh, his hull's being taken down. Oh, this is painful to watch. He's being crushed between the side of the map, sandwiched between the side of the map and that giant strut, as the Crown Tyrant's going to have to fight basically 2-on-1 here.
Now it looks like they did get the Lusty Argonian Maid's balloon down once more, so that'll help them a little bit, but that is just...
bad luck. Bad luck
terrible
for the Flying
luck
Jellyfish.
For Thralls. Yeah, that was just not the way that they wanted to start off, you know. A little shaky at first, but they managed to kind of right themselves. However, with that, Crown Tyrant will probably get taken away.
Oh, good ram, though, from the Crown Tyrant and the Shacks and Legis. The armor was down there. The balloon was almost down. Oh, but the Shacks and Legis, he's going up high, using what remains of his balloon to zone out the arcs, the Crown Tyrant. And now it looks like the Crown Tyrant's going to be in a 2-on-1 situation, which I do not think he can win.
And they're doing a fairly good job. They are getting that armor down.
Yeah,
Can they take it out? Can they take it out? No, there's no
now the Flying Jellyfish is coming back in.
The Flying Jellyfish is back in. Little
and now both
bumps
the
going on.
The Junkers are down.
Yep, and there you
My
go.
goodness.
Crown Tyrant, no mortar shots, but they use a little ram after ram coming on in, and I mean, yeah, there you go. There's a 1-1 tie, and now the Maid is getting peppered by these 2 ships. Mortar shots come raining down. Can they take out the Maid? And not quite, but that balloon
Shacks
is down.
is coming in. This could be a mistake. Lusty Argonian Maid is almost dead.
And down goes Lusty Argonian Maid once more.
Shacks on Legis has revealed himself. And this could be a terrible mistake depending on where the Lusty Argonian Maid spawns. Oh, good spawn. The Lusty Argonian Maid.
Or maybe a really terrible spawn because they get spotted right away. So both his Thrall ships will probably turn to it, but
I think it's a good spawn. I mean, both of them
can
can just start firing those Artemises pretty much right away at a pretty good range.
Yeah, the Crown Tyrant
is a bounce!
Oh, a little bounce there, and that throws off the arc of the Crown Tyrant as well. So Crown Tyrant, however...
Everything on the Crown Tyrant's on fire.
Yeah, they finally are getting completely disabled.
Armor's taken down. Boom. Oh, that bounce was just catastrophic there for the Glowwater Thralls.
Absolutely, and now the Flying Jellyfish probably doesn't have a whole lot left to live as well. Down goes the armor. All those Artemis just doing massive amounts of work.
Flying Jellyfish had so much life to live, so much love to give, but it couldn't do it because it died.
Absolutely, and that Crown Tyrant gets a spawn back where it started. Oh, it's not the best of spawns for Flying Jellyfish either, but thankfully
I think they'll probably be able to meet up without...
Yeah, the gentlemen are way on the other side of the map, so...
This will allow the Glowwaters to reorganize, and I think this is what they need to do. Frostbound or the Glowwater Thralls complaining about lag issues?
To be fair, it's probably because of all the fire that's getting set on their ships by Hades, by Artemis, by Banshees.
Beast on Thrones complaining about bad lag. That suggests that it's Europeans who are getting lag here.
Quite possibly. Of course, as I said, it doesn't help when you have all the particle fires coming down. When you have a lot of flares and fire going down, you tend to have even myself, and I have a pretty dang good computer. It'll still happen. And Flying Jellyfish
glitching a bit into the and the physics engine catching up with him and saying, "Oh, you should be bounced off," even though half your balloon's inside of the strut. I guess I better throw you off now. Oh boy. Okay, Kaylin's saying my lag is FPS lag. Difference between FPS lag and rubber banding. I think rubber banding's much worse than FPS lag. I don't know what your feelings are about that, but I'd really rather have FPS lag than rubber banding.
Well, yes. I'm also, if you want to think about it this way, if you're rubber banding, that means the server is bad. If you're having FPS lag, that means your computer is not able to handle what's going on.
Yeah, and that's easy enough to fix. Just turn down all the effects. Anyway, Crown Tyrant charging in on the Lusty Argonian Maid here. The Gents firing all those Artemi, having good effect.
But not quite. I don't think they were
Lusty
quite
Argonian Maid's balloon goes down. This will allow them to 2-on-1 the Shacks on Legis if they choose to, but the Flying Jellyfish taking a lot of fire here. Shacks on legs, says Mr. Producer.
I mean, yes, but I kind of find it funny that it's Shacks on Legis.
Shacks on Legis sounds cool, so I'm going to keep saying it. And now the Flying Jellyfish is continuing to fire on Shacks on legs as he goes down. Flying Jellyfish ramming the Shacks on Legis.
And armor is down.
To go down.
Can they get those mortar shots? But some of those mortar shots were actually blocked by the Lusty Argonian Maid for a second there. So Shax does manage to survive that volley, but they are not doing too well.
Oh, and Crown Tyrant just slam dunked the balloon of the Shax as it goes down.
And there's a lot of fire coming out to Crown Tyrant now. Oh, so much Hades, so much Artemis, so very wow. And
they shouldn't stop focusing on the Shacks though.
Oh, Crown Tyrant catching a little bit of the Shacks here, then staying alive quite effectively. A lot of stuff is on fire, but not doing too bad. Now, who's the Flying Jellyfish shooting at? I think it's going after
shooting on the Lusty Argonian Maid. I don't know if that was a good idea though, because the Lusty Argonian Maid is just gliding down with drogue shooting, continuing to fire on the Crown Tyrant.
And the Crown Tyrant is barely managing to stay alive here.
Ooh. Doesn't get much
its armor back up just in that split second.
Doesn't look like the Blenderfish is going to be able to save the Crown Tyrant here. I don't think the Crown Tyrant is long for this world.
They're not really doing anything,
wrong.
Quite honestly. Flying Jellyfish is kind of just gliding above, not really doing much at this point. And maybe they were trying to get on the Argonian Maid, but I'm not sure why they weren't focusing on the Shack.
The Flying Jellyfish is in a 2-on-1 situation here.
And I mean, we saw this before. It's just not going to go very well. Maybe they can get out of it, but I'm not even sure if that's a possibility.
Oh, flying jellyfish using its vertical movement best it can, but its balloon is taken down. The Gents dragging the flying jellyfish back into the depths of hell as it descends into that tar cloud.
Of course, Tar Cloud is now gone with that win, so just as the jellyfish was about to enter it, they do escape it now. Crown Tyrant has gotten right back in here, so
yeah,
Flying
Crown
Jellyfish
Tyrant may
just
as well.
stay alive, but Flying Jellyfish gonna go down right there, and there you go. That is a 5-2 victory for the Glowwater. But you know, maybe if that little bump that they had against each other in the middle of the game didn't happen, that might have gone a whole lot differently. That maybe would have been able to take out one of the Junkers. I think at that point it would have been a 3-3 tie. However, you know, oftentimes this game is just you get the tiny little mistake, and that will cost you the game. See, this is what I want to see. No 20-minute breaks between games. Jeez.
Yep, just getting ready, get down to it. These guys know what they want to do. All right. And they faced each other many times before. They must have got counters in their heads for each map, that kind of thing.
Quite so, quite so. So we'll see who comes out the victor on this one. Can Glowwater Thralls tie it up here, or will the Gents go on to face their counterparts, the Mad Hatters? And already the Thralls have a terrible starting spawn, being absolutely on the opposite side of the map. But let's go a quick rundown of ships.
Last Argonian made. We have Artemis front, left side double Artemis, right side Rocket Carousel, Hades. On the shacks on legs, we have the front Artemis, double Artemis on the left side, right side Carronade Mortar.
On the Crown Tyrant, who's under fire as it had spawned on the red side of the ship. We've got the Gat Mortar with double Artemis sides. It looks like they are going to get down here just fine and be safe, so thank you for that. On the Flying Jellyfish, we now have a Lumberjack front, so it's a flak, or it's either Lumberfish or Jackfish, depending on how you want to call it, with flare, double flares, it looks like? No, flare Gatling. All right, so one of the problems on this map is, of course, as we saw, red team can spawn on blue side and blue team can spawn on red side. And that's really oftentimes a very much a game-changing thing, as a red team can quite often catch that blue ship on their side. Thankfully, in this case, Crown Tyrant managed to get away just in time, and now we're gonna get a this kind of semi-long range setup on two sides of the map.
Yes, indeed. It looks like Flying Jellyfish is going low, taking cover, not spotted yet. Wants to get a bit closer to these triple Artemi Junkers.
Now, I believe a Lumberjack can outreach a an Artemis.
It can, especially if Lesmok.
So, you know, Flying Jellyfish has the advantage there, so it'll kind of be up to them to be able to hit from extreme long ranges. And if they do, then it'll be sort of up to Gents to kind of, well...
Oh, this is a ballsy move from the Crown Tyrant here.
It looks like they are going to go around. This would have been a lot more effective if they weren't spotted the entire way, as now the Gents know exactly where they are. But this is kind of what the...
Well, I mean, it's worth it because, I
mean,
yeah, the Gents,
close this distance.
Yeah, the Gents, they want to close the distance. They want to be able to get consistent damage with the Lumberjack and the Gat Mortar, if necessary.
Yep.
This is what they have to do.
This is kind of like the leapfrogging style of going from one cover area to another, but Crown Tyrant's got to be a little careful, as they are in the midst of a lot of fire coming down.
Crown Tyrant's really doing here. It's maybe it's trying to distract them from the fact the Flying Jellyfish is sneaking up. Otherwise, the Crown Tyrant isn't really accomplishing very much.
Well, a lot of this Artemis was actually not quite in range and exploding before they hit the Crown Tyrant, so the Crown Tyrant is just fine. Only a few of those shots connected. Now, the Flying Jellyfish basically hasn't done anything so far. So I'm not sure what the plan is. I know that they have to have some sort of plan in mind,
It's going to be
but I
very
have yet to
difficult. I
see
mean,
it.
look at how high up the Gents are. They're practically at the height ceiling. It's going to take a long time before that lumberjack can start grinding them down into the ground.
A Crown
Especially if they
Tyrant.
got Drogue Shoot, which they almost certainly have. Let's have a quick check. Byron Cavendish. No,
Mm.
he does not have Drogue Shoot. Nor does Feast on Throne. Shut my mouth. I guess they're just relying on the sheer height ceiling, to keep them safe from crashing
Yeah, and
into the ground, which they can do.
on this map, there's a long way to fall, so that's why blender fishes and lumberjacks aren't exactly as fantastic as they can be on other maps. Now let's see, Crown Tyrant. So here we go. Once again, leapfrogging to a different set of cover, but this is going to get really hairy really quickly. Flying Jellyfish already taking a lot of damage here.
Oh, I
And
like
now
what the
Crown
Crown
Tyrant.
Tyrant is doing. Just kind of,
Trying to return a little bit of that armor's fire there.
well, he's trying to sort of zone out the attacks on legs and the Lusty Argonian Mate. He's doing a pretty good job of it. He's got the Flying Jellyfish close enough to be in the sweet. Oh, I see. There we go. See, the Flying Jellyfish can arc its shots over.
Yeah.
The
Unfortunately, they got one shot off before that lumberjack got destroyed once more.
I mean,
So that's gonna be the problem.
The
And
the Glowwaters can cover fire. Oh, look at how high those shots are arcing. That's
yeah. I mean,
those
so
are
here's
not on target.
here's a problem. It's because as soon as the lumberjack gets repaired, they know they have to shoot it because who knows when it gets destroyed again. And all of these lumber shots are missing. Every single one of them
these are
way
pot
too
shots
high.
here.
Yeah.
I think one of them actually hit, but no, you need to hit very consistently with that lumberjack on this map.
Alright, so Flying Jellyfish trying its best here, but as I said, this lumberjack keeps on getting destroyed, and the Thralls will probably have to think of something a little bit different here.
The Gents are perfectly content to camp here until the Glowwaters get bored, which they may be about to do. Oh, Crown Tyrant taking lots of fire.
Yeah, and that's the problem. The Crown Tyrant really wants to get in close, but it's going to be very hard for them to do so because as soon as they do, all that Artemis fire is going to be directed straight at them, and Flying Jellyfish can't really support that much. I mean, with that lumber going down all the time, and lumber shots aren't exactly the most speedy shots in the world. This is gonna be a really tough time for the Thralls here.
And the Thralls may just have to say, screw it, and just go for a charge. You maybe use the Jellyfish to kind of soak up some of that fire while the Crown Tyrant gets close enough for a gap mortar charge. I mean, it's kind of grasping at straws, but I just get the feeling that the Glowwaters are kind of running into a brick wall here.
They do have a decent amount of cover still going on. So they can continue to hide behind this. And they're not an immediate threat of dying.
At the end of the day, they're going to need to get some kills, and they're not going to be able to do that. They're continuing the way they're going right now.
Yeah, and those Artemis just continually raining down. It's basically destroying any sort of what the Thralls are trying to do right here. It's like the perfect counter to it.
There we go. The Thralls are going to try and use a flanking maneuver. This might be the right way to go. It'll make it more difficult for the Gents to focus fire and switch focus if they need to.
Yeah, they're getting... So Crown Tyrant is not going to hide behind this little bridge here. It's kind of full of holes, though, so it's not the greatest of covers, but you can drop down just a little bit. Flying Jellyfish going to try to do the same thing. No, not quite. It looks like it was just trying to get in position, but
Crown
Gents
Tyrant's
were
going
wise to that.
high. Not sure why, and that rhymed. Yeah, but Crown Tyrant's just a sitting duck here.
Absolutely, and now flying jellyfish, shooting that. And you know what? I don't think I've seen there. Finally,
There we
lumberjacks
go. Oh,
connecting.
yes, other lumberjacks connecting. Gets good
But
damage on
no,
the
too high
balloon,
once
but
more. And
like I
Crown
say,
Tyrant in the meantime is getting.
Crown Tyrant was a sitting duck. Those lumberjack shots were too little, too late.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in general, there hasn't been a whole lot of lumberjack shots connecting at all. I mean, as we've gone over it, lumbers aren't the easiest gun to use, but still, this is a very, very, very low hit rate here. I mean, I will let you know right now, I am terrible at shooting a lumber. I cannot do it to save
Oh
my
god,
life.
yeah, no, it's very difficult to shoot.
But
Very
if you're gonna
difficult to
bring a
hit
lumber,
consistently.
you better have somebody who
Best
can
not,
shoot it accurately.
best not miss.
Yeah. And now the flying jellyfish is gonna smack into the side there to stop all momentum, and that's just going to put them right into the line of fire of all these Artemis.
Yeah, flying jellyfish taking devastating amounts of damage, but he might just be able to take cover. Like he will. Oh. He'd just be able to get behind cover, but he's taken a lot of damage as the Crown Tyrant comes back in. Mataleld Anguissad just said, "Oh, I think Artemis is perfect the way it is right now." I'm not sure if he's saying, "Oh, it's just brilliant. Artemis is just fine," or if he's just being literal. I don't know. Not sure if he's being sarcastic or not.
The problem with Artemis, or perceived problem with Artemis, is that it's way too strong. However, the thing is, by itself, a single Artemis, not overpowered at all. It's when you stack 6 of them on the one side that you're gonna, well, what is Crown Tyrant doing here? He's going all the way around.
He is just gonna roll the dice. Oh, this is a beautiful flank.
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen a single ship come back over here.
Yeah, this is real unexplored territory around here. This is up against the northern edge of the map, behind this giant smokestack. The Crown Tyrant has been spotted. They are
getting some Artemis shots down of their own, and they are trying to use that. A lot of Artemis return fire currently is missing, so that's good for Thralls here. But the flying jellyfish is getting the Shax is still on the flying jellyfish, and the flying jellyfish really can't use that lumberjack to do any sort of support here.
Flying jellyfish is just suppressed. It has to back off.
Yeah, I mean, if you can read the combat log, it's constantly lumberjack has been destroyed, lumberjack has been rebuilt, lumberjack has been destroyed.
Yeah, I think Scrim's just got to roll the just got to roll the dice and just go for a charge here. See if he gets lucky.
And now
what he's doing now is just not working.
Side fire coming in onto the Crown Tyrant.
You're not going to get a kill with 2 Artemis.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I think they were trying to just disable the Maid's Artemises, so maybe the flying jellyfish should get some shots off. But with the Shax that was on the flying jellyfish, that lumber was.
Now the Crown Tyrant has been down. It looks like the Gents are trying to surround the Crown Tyrant, going either side of the smokestack. But Shax and Legie is having a change of heart as he fires on the jellyfish.
Lumber's coming in, and out of that.
This could be the opening that the Glowwater Thralls were waiting for as the Crown Tyrant comes in. He's going for the gap mortar charge.
Yeah, on the Musty Argonian Maid, finally in range of doing so. The problem is that those lumber shots coming from the flying jellyfish once again were not even connected. Oh my god!
Maid, the balloon goes down, the hull is going down. Oh, the gamble for Scrim is paying off here, I think. The balloon and hull armor's down. The lusty Argonian Maid is descending. The flying jellyfish is nearby.
Can Shax save his teammate here? We will see as your Maid keeps on falling. Oh, and they take a nasty bounce there.
Into the bridge.
Off the bridge.
Oh, the flying jellyfish assisting the Crown Tyrant. Now the double gatlings on the lusty Argonian Maid as they fire the lumberjack on the Shax on legs. Oh, yeah. This is great play. This is great play by the Glowwater Thralls. But is their advantage
Gents,
slipping away?
I think the Gents just barely managed to recover here. Shax is going to be taking out the flying jellyfish, at least disabling anything that it can really do.
Oh no, the Crown Tyrant's taking a lot of damage.
Goes for a little.
He's got the armor up
again.
Though. He's going for a ram on the lusty Argonian Maid. The lusty Argonian Maid's getting balloon rammed. He's taken
Oh,
on
and
the
they
mortars. The balloon
get their
goes down.
armor
The
back
lusty
up.
Argonian maid.
Armor is still up on the Lusty
Oh
Argonian maid, but
goodness!
both the Shacks
The
and the
lusty
maid
Argonian
have their
maid
balloon out.
descends, but the Crown Tyrant is not descending with him. Oh my god! What's happened to Scrim? Disconnected. Maybe he
I'm
was.
not entirely
Maybe
sure.
Scrim was repairing the hull or something. Because I think he was off the wheel there. If he was on the wheel, he would have descended with the lusty Argonian maid to finish him off. But that was not the case. Now the Shack's on legs, taking a lot of balloon damage. Those lumberjack shots are hitting consistently now.
Yeah, and they finally just managed to take out that lumberjack
Oh,
once
Crown
more.
Tyrant's armor's down. The lusty
Oh,
Argonian
they get
maid,
it.
a lot of its components are down.
They do manage to get it back up. The Lusty
the flying
Argonian
jellyfish
maid,
is
and there you
assisting on
go.
the
Lusty
Lusty
Argonian
Argonian
maid goes
maid.
down.
Oh, that was great play with the flying jellyfish. The flying jellyfish got the Shacks on legs to descend and then switched focus to to the lusty Argonian maid for a focus fire with the Crown Tyrant.
Yeah,
Oh,
now they
God.
have to take out Shax on legs here, as the Lusty Argonian maid is gonna be able to get back into this fight really, really quick, as gets a spawn right on that side, and I don't think they'll be able to get Shax down quickly enough at all, and Lusty Argonian maid will probably be able to get back into this fight, but still, that was a fantastically well executed attack by the Thralls. But now
however,
in
the flying
comes
jellyfish. Oh, the flying
more
jellyfish
fire.
going high. He knows he's got to, he's got to gain altitude because the Artemis don't aim as high as they do low.
Yeah, there you go.
Great
Lumberjack
focus fire.
shots.
Great
Can those
arcing
come
those
in?
lumberjack
There you go.
shots down onto the Shacks on legs. Oh, they're gonna bounce into each other.
Yeah,
Oh no! Oh no!
Don't do what you did last game. Okay, there you go. They separate now. Lusty Argonian maid, however, has its full broadside onto these two ships. Let's see if they can take out the Shacks on legs.
Oh, but the Lusty
Armor
Argonian maid's
getting
coming in
taken
on the
down.
Crown Tyrant.
Oh no, they're firing onto the jellyfish now, which is probably a better choice here. Get that heavy gun down, but Shacks on legs. Down goes the armor. Can those mortar shots come raining on in? No, there's no arc. I don't think there's any arc on it. Shacks just got
Shacks outmaneuvering the Crown Tyrant. And now the Lusty Argonian maid raining down the Artemis fire. Oh, Crown Tyrant
still hanging on here.
Focus to the Lusty Argonian maid. Oh no,
Yeah,
he
looks like
isn't.
they're
No,
back
he's
on
firing
Shacks
on
now,
Shacks
no?
on legs.
They're just trying to survive at this point for the most part, I think. A flying jellyfish is going to come around.
Okay, now
try to hit
Crown
them away
Tyrant
from the other
charging
side.
the Lusty Argonian maid. The flying jellyfish is nearby. He's got to pull back a bit to get outside the arming time of that lumberjack.
Yeah, and the maid is under fire now, taking a lot of damage. And oh, the Crown Tyrant with the ram actually takes himself out of the match, or at least this fight.
Ram suicide. Oh no, that's horrible. And now the flying jellyfish is not far behind.
And this is why you have to be extremely careful when you have a low health Pyramidion. You cannot do those rams as well as you used to be able to, and just enough of the hull went down to take out the Crown Tyrant fully.
If you've got no armor and less than half health per hull, you shouldn't be ramming at all.
Yeah, there's almost no need to ram there either.
Well,
I mean, they had the Lusty Argonian maid sandwiched.
The issue is that when you're a Pyramidion, you're going forward full pelt. You can find that suddenly, you'll think you'll be in a good position for a ram, then your armor will go down. But by that time, you're already, you've got so much forward momentum, you can't put on the brakes anyway.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, I'm not sure if the Glowwaters are going to be able to pull off that trick twice. The window of opportunity might be slipping away. Oh, but it looks like the Glowwater Thralls. Oh, the Glowwater Thralls are just going for it. They don't even care anymore. They're just no cover, no ploys, no tricks. Crown Tyrant's just going for it.
Yeah,
and he's paying the price.
This is not going to work out very well. I mean, maybe if some of these lumber shots were able to connect fairly well.
Oh, there's one.
One does, but the rest of them all
the
missing.
others arcing over.
It's just too high, and the Crown Tyrant in the meantime taking a lot of damage. So all that was basically maneuvering from previous fight was basically for naught. It's gonna go very badly. The flying jellyfish now is gonna get continual fire onto it, and it's going to be very hard for them not to go the same way that the Crown Tyrant did as well. But Maybe they can hold out.
Maybe. Oh, just
They are
flying
managing to
jellyfish
back
are
up.
fighting retreat here. Taking a lot of damage. Gents not really pursuing, or at least they're not pursuing very fast. No, they're just going to camp. They're not going to take the risk that Crown Tyrant could be waiting around the corner.
Yep, and more of those lumberjack shots are missing. I almost feel like past the Artemis and past the maneuvering everything, I really feel like both of these games, or at least this match, it's very much come down to too many lumberjack misses.
Well, okay, is the Crown Tyrant going to try something clever here? As it goes through the clouds, manages to stay unspotted, but he's going to be spotted in a moment. There we go, there's the spot. Gents know where they are now. Well, they don't know where the flying jellyfish is, but they know where the Crown Tyrant is. The Crown Tyrant very isolated.
Yep. So Thralls not out of it yet. Flying jellyfish did get back far enough.
Thralls, I'd say they're definitely frustrated right now. Because that was such a brilliant flanking attack, and yeah, it looked like they were gonna really turn it around there, but just a few subtle mistakes.
Yeah,
the ram side,
a lot
it
of
all went
lumberjack
wrong.
fire just going absolutely nowhere. I don't even know what that was all about. I mean, it's almost like screw it, just screw it.
Well, it's kind of like suppressive fire, maybe trying to get them off the Crown Tyrant, let the Crown Tyrant get in a bit of a better position.
Yep. A few of those lumberjack shots coming somewhere near, but not quite enough, and it's kind of giving away the flying jellyfish's position. Artemis fire going down onto it now as well. The Crown Tyrant is fairly close here to the shacks, but it's gonna walk straight into the 2-on-1 fairly soon. Flying jellyfish not hitting anything with that lumberjack still. Getting some nice fire onto the shack.
Oh,
But
flying jellyfish is
gonna be
close
hard.
enough now that he can supplement effectively.
Yep, and we'll see if they manage to pull out anything here.
No, I don't think the Gents are going to try charging the Crown Tyrant. No, definitely not. They're going to wait for them to come around one of these corners. I think this is going to be the final charge. Custer's last stand here for the Glowwater Thralls as they come round.
That's a bad analogy. You know how Custer's stand ended up. Not
Well, it may be
very
an
well at
accurate
all.
analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is true. And Shaq's gonna go low through here, so he's gonna get onto the other side along with Lassiogonian Maid.
Oh boy.
So there's just kind of this ring around the rosy going on.
Yeah,
here.
there we go. Team switching sides. There we go.
And now Shaq's gonna come back around.
Yeah.
And get basically catch flying
no
jellyfish
spots
behind
actually
here.
went down the whole time. Then maybe they're just like, oh, where did they go? The flying jellyfish has now been spotted. Looks like the Gents are coming around the corner.
Yep,
flying backwards. The Crown Tyrant's turning his guns too.
Getting on the Crown
Tyrant's isolated. Flying jellyfish turning around.
Maybe some good lumberjack shots hit here, but
Crown Tyrant is moonshining. He wants a ram here. One way or another, he wants that ram. He wants it badly.
Oh, Shaq's balloon did go down here.
Rams the Shaq's on legs. Devastating damage on the Shaq's on legs. Shaq's on legs.
And the Shaq's on legs goes down.
Beautifully done.
And now the question is, can they take the Lassiogonian Maid down? As it looks like Crown Tyrant is tarring everywhere. Flying jellyfish caught in a little bit of that tar as well. Shaq's on legs, of course, on red side already gets a pretty good spawn there, but Lassiogonian Maid taking fire here from that lumberjack.
Shaq's on legs going to be
as well as Crown Tyrant.
Crown Tyrant's armor's down. A lot of fires on the Crown Tyrant.
Yeah, just not enough damage coming.
Lassiogonian Maid goes down. However, the Shaq's on legs firing with the triple Artemis, and I think the Crown Tyrant may be about to go down.
Yeah, they barely managed to get the armor back up. Balloons down, but that doesn't matter too much. They're trying to fire at anything they can, but just too much coming from the Gents, and they will go on to win this game 5-2 as well and go into the finals.
So yes, it's going to be Gents versus Gents. Gentlemen versus Mad Hatters.
So very nice try by the Thralls. They had some very, very good moves, but it's got to be so incredibly frustrating trying to approach that red spawn and trying to beat out all those Artemis. It's not, it's not something that I envy them for. It's very, very hard to approach something like that.